Hey fellow Vault wearers, it's Angry Turtle and we are on the PTS. I know it's a quite unusual time for me to upload a video, but I just cannot wait. There is so much going on with the PTS, and not only the vaults, but as well magic weapon and VATS fixes and stuff like that. And I want to share it all with you guys. But before we start, I have new supporters on Patreon, new Patreons, and I want to welcome them. And those supporters are Xenaro Arrow, Foghat, Joe R. Town, Anastasia, and Aileen. Welcome into Turtle's army, everyone. Your support is amazing and I'm extremely grateful for that. Welcome. And now into the point of this video. First things first, I really shouldn't be advertising my camp spot as a good camp spot. I have a real trouble finding a place when my turtle camp can be placed. There's a house here now. Before there was a sheep camp over there. Really guys, it's a terrible place to place your camp. Do it anywhere else on the map. This is a terrible place. I do not advise to place your camp in here. Okay, now the less important stuff. Magic weapons. As you know, I have this trusty magic pump action vampire shotgun I was always using. It comes with 33% VATS hit chance, what means in VATS it was doing amazing damage because it's a magic weapon. And magic because you cannot explain why. But the point is, let me show you what happened now. Okay, we have some super mutants, and normally what I would expect, it was like 2 shots to kill a super mutant thanks to magic damage. Let's see now. 1 shot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can see only 1 number when hitting in VATS. That means there is no magic damage. Every single pellet is hitting in exactly the same time and with exactly the same damage. You probably watch my... that wasn't planned. Yeah, what I was talking about. If you watch my video about magic weapons, it was easy to recognize them in VATS because there was a bunch of random numbers instead of just 1 number. Now, if I shoot in VATS or outside of VATS, it's exactly the same. No magic with the shotguns, but not only with the shotguns. And I was testing other magic effects, like I have magic armor equipped. Let me show you, where is it? There it is. Reduce damage while blocking. This armor was changing every single weapon into magic weapon. No more. I have it equipped. It doesn't work. And I have one of the most reliable magic effects that you can use outside of VATS. That's Junkie's faster fire rate light machine gun. And let me try with this one. I will show you as well. And here we go, Super Mutant Behemoth. What I would expect is level 100 Super Mutant Behemoth with Magic Light Machine Gun. He will die in around 20 to 30 bullets. Let's see if he'll die. Oh no, no way, he's not gonna die. I'm gonna die. No magic happened. Turtle died, Super Mutant Behemoth survived. Magic weapon 0, Behemoth 1. Therefore, depending what you think about magic weapons and if you are a heavy user of those magic weapons, it's good or bad for you, but generally it's good for majority of the players, because no one will rub bosses out of your nose with magic weapons, and it's more predictable now. But not everything is bad, as those changes, there are some positives into it. Look at that. Gauss pistol. As you know, this kind of weapon would miss in VATS, like every time. First shot will miss in VATS. And now, hit. Whoa, don't kill me. This guy really don't like me. And I don't know, I'm not sure, but he seems stronger, or I unequipped some perks in here. Either of those. Okay, let's see the headshot. As that's usually the problem, there's always a miss. I missed now, but that's because of pure accuracy. I don't have enough perception. That's not a pistol build, that's a heavy gun build. I have 1 perception as a base. Then that explains that. But okay, critical. Hit! Critical is a hit! It wasn't working before. Now it does work. Okay. Hit again! First shot in VATS was always a miss. Hit again! I crippled his head. And I'm doing decent damage. That's a pistol. I'm not spec for pistols. Okay. 2 points for Super Mutant Behemoth. Turtle 0. I think they could have fixed more stuff than only those bugs, as some enemies seem to be able to do more damage than usual to me, but that's still to be tested. Let's see more of those headshots. Critical 565. Now miss, but that miss was okay, because I was around 50% hit chance. Then I supposed to hit half of the time when I around 50% hit chance. Then it's working. And finally 1 point for the turtle, but he still won. There's 2-1 for the behemoth. But that's a good news. VATS is fixed. I was so impressed first time I grabbed this weapon. The only reason I'm keeping this pistol on my heavy gunner is to test VATS. And it does work. It's the same in case of Gauss shotguns. They do hit as well. I have one and I was testing. I will maybe save you some time and will not go and test it again. Okay, I stash it. Anyway, but I have a Gauss shotgun in my stash box then. Now, most likely there is much more stuff on the PTS that is still to be discovered. I haven't got time to test everything, but I tested some stuff and I really wanted to share with you. Oh, and if you are worried about your legacies, as you can clearly see, they still in here. You can still put splitter on them and they still kill everything in no time. And as magic was fixed and some other stuff was fixed, Bethesda, it's probably time to fix, not remove the legacy, fix them. For those of you that do not know what's broken with legacy and why those are so overpowered, there is one, there is more than one thing, but one have the major impact. If you put a beam splitter, instead of shooting one projectile, it's shooting 6 or 7, something like that. And in case of any weapon that's not a legacy, what's meant without explosive effect, if you put a beam splitter, every projectile will have only a portion of the damage that weapon should be doing. The same thing like with a shotguns. Shotgun in stat cards will show you the total damage if you hit all the projectiles. In case of legacy with a splitter, every of those 7 projectiles will be carrying 132 damage. That's why it's so broken. It's multiplying your damage by 7 folds. That's way too much, and that's supposed to be addressed at some point at least. That's the biggest issue with legacy. Just to prove the point, let's shoot those Blood Eagles. Level 75. With 100 energy damage, I shouldn't be able to do much. Okay, let's try to shoot it. That was one shot. Half. Done. I don't even directly need to hit it, you see? They're all dead. That's because all those partial projectiles, like now I hit only 1 projectiles, and it's about how much damage I should be doing from one splash, but it's actually multiplied, and all of those are doing crazy damage plus explosion on top of everything. That's what's broken with legacy weapons, not the fact they exist, but the fact how they work with splitter modifications. And now the vaults. As my camp cannot be placed all the time on any world, then I will just move it. That just PTS, my turtle camp on the live game will be just fine. And I just move it, and let me show you the new vaults that we have. If you go into the build menu, you need to scroll to the right, and the last tab you have new shelters. And now that's the biggest one. I somehow managed to place it. You can see it's really hard. That's a huge structure what you need to place. That's really huge. That's the main entrance to first vault. How they work, you actually have at 3 different doors. Like that's a smaller one, that's for a different vault, and that's a hatch in the ground, that's for a different vault as well. As you can see in top right corner, Vault Utility Room entrance, this one is Vault Atrium Shelter entrance, and this one as well says Vault Atrium Shelter entrance. And now let me show you how this stuff works exactly. And you basically go to the entrance, whatever you placed, and you can go in and it will load you into the instance. You will go basically out from the map into your vault. And this is how it looks on the inside. It's pretty empty straight after you build it. That I put in here. It wasn't in here, it was pretty empty. You can put entrance to different vaults inside a vault. Therefore, you can have them like connected, like in real vault actually. And that's how it looked like. A lot of empty space, and that's awesome. And about the lore, it's probably hard to explain how everyone have such a huge structures and such a huge vaults. But I don't care in this case, because I was always dreaming about having my own private bunker, and as I will not be able to ever afford it in the real life, I don't mind having one in the game. Let's say I was a really super rich vault dwellers, and I will go with that. Now let me show you another room. And here you can see another interior. There is exit as well if you want to go back to Appalachia, but you can use map to exit too. And here how it's look. This is a small one. Not so roomy like other one. It's way smaller. I don't know which one we are getting for free. I would guess the small one, but we'll see. That's the small one. And there is one more. Let me just build a door to it. It's how we go there. You can actually stick it to the wall, and now I have door to a different compartment of my vault, atrium. And I'm back in the atrium. I think there was one more. 1 second. Oh yeah, you can change it. There is lobby and atrium. You can swap it. Then you don't need to use those huge ones. That's a good news. You don't need to use the huge doors if you don't want to. And probably you don't want to, because if you have any camp, you will not be able to squeeze this beast in there. But now, normal door. We are in atrium, then we want to go to the lobby. Okay, let me put door into this wall. And now, this door leads to the lobby. And now, we are in the lobby. Oh, it doesn't look like that. I was experimenting. This floor was not in here. It's always empty. There is not much stuff in there. Those walls were not in there, but what I was doing, I was trying to figure out how much freedom we have, and we do have a lot of freedom. Look at that. I can put floating foundation, nothing stopping me. Whatever foundation, I want this brick flying in here. There is a brick flying in here. There is full freedom. There is creativity that you can achieve. It's crazy. Of course, I will not use flying bricks in my vault. I want my vault to look real, like something you can go into and survive a nuclear war and stay there for quite a long time. And what I was checking as well, unfortunately, you cannot put any water purifiers in here, and you cannot put any plants in here. Therefore, this stuff needs to be in your normal camp outside, but that's logical, like it's hard to plant any food underground, and water purifier, where did you plug it in? Then yeah, maybe there's some sense into it and some other logic that if it will be allowed, people will just spam those purifiers and produce it in every interior. But no, you can't then. This is the stuff that you cannot do, but of course you have your generators. And finally, there is a place when you can use this generator and when it has some sense. So here you can easily place it. There is no extra restrictions. And you can have a real vault generators inside the vault. It's a little bit laggy inside the build menu when you have a big structure selected, but after you place it, it's just fine. Then you can see in here, vault power generator placed, and there is a lot of freedom, what I really like. And I show it's not much bigger. There is one more room. This interior, there's big space in here and one more room in there. And that's the exit. Classic door. Although they do not open, if you go out, it's just a loading screen. I don't know if there is a way to make it work. Like switch something. It doesn't look like. You just can get to it, press exit, and you will get straight into the loading screen. It will be cool if we can get an option to manually activate the door to open, but that's fine for now, I guess. It's looked really cool. I think those doors have more details than standard doors in the vaults, then that's a plus. Maybe I will have some fun with building later, but for now I just wanted to show you what those interiors are and how the stuff inside works. I really like it. I will definitely use it. And I really suck at building, therefore it will take me forever to make anything looking good inside, but I will at some point, even if this will take me another year, like fixing bugs for Bethesda, I will do it. And that's everything for now. I will keep investigating public test server, and of course I will keep giving you updates, as I know that if you are anything like me, you cannot wait for this new stuff and all those fixes and try it out yourself. Therefore, if you can't because you are on consoles, I will do my best to keep you updated. And now, as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you guys in the next one.